Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another Monsters video. So in today's video, I have the top 5 best attackers and Monster Legends for you guys, and I don't think you actually want to miss out on this video, so continue watching until the end. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys think otherwise, but anyways, I hope you enjoy this. Yeah, so when it comes down to the best monsters and Monster Legends, there's actually not too many at the moment. I'm talking about the best attackers, alright? So if you really think about it, nowadays there aren't really too many that you see. You just see a few, and I just wanted to make this video because I know it would actually help a lot of you guys out there that are actually watching this video. So let's start off with the top 5. Okay, so we're gonna start from 5, which is basically last position, and then we're gonna go all the way to first, which is first is basically best of the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically kind of do it my way, what I think that the top 5 best it is at the moment. Number 5 is actually a bit here's the thing. I feel like number 5 is a bit controversial, okay? Because some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, literally any monster could be in the top 5, you know what I mean? And I agree with you, you know what I mean? Like there could be, like, for example, Mauser that you could put in. Mauser is pretty good, you know what I mean? Has mechanical hater, has cold blood, precision, true vision, you know what I mean? There could be Serpentix, although Serpentix though, stat wise, it kind of went down, and by kinda I mean a lot. So with Mauser, I mean not Mauser, Serpentix, you know what I mean, it did go down a lot. In terms of being in the meta, obviously it's like you don't even see it in top 100 PvP. So the thing is, right now nowadays on PvP, everybody is using the same exact monsters. Literally, like if you check the top 100, you won't see anything that's different in terms of like attackers, for example. Yeah, you'll see some other like supporters that are different, or tanks or something, but if you look at the attackers, everybody using the same thing. By the way, this is for Team Wars and PvP, I feel like, especially PvP though. So the top 5 best attackers, this is mainly like I said, for PvP, but it could also be for Team Wars. But anyways, in my personal opinion, the number 5, I feel like Mauser deserves it. What do you guys think? I know some of you guys could also like disagree about this, but you know, you can go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. But I personally think this monster having mechanical hater, true vision, and also cold blood actually kind of gives him like a head up, you know what I mean, head start. But also stat wise, it's actually better than some of the other monsters in the past that we've seen, like for example Serpentix, Cupid, you know what I mean, those monsters, or most of the other ones really. Now some of you guys might actually say maybe, for example, Melinaut, and honestly I think you know, I just don't think, but I know Mauser is actually better, you know what I mean, because it has cold blood, something that monster's missing. Now there's actually a few other monsters that I kind of want to like mention as well, that I feel like could deserve a number 5 spot, which is Bandolero. Bandolero is actually not that bad. The monster's actually quite nice. There's also Rusty Redtail. I feel like Rusty Redtail is actually pretty phenomenal as well. The only thing is though, I really wish this monster had which might call it either Pierce or cold blood, just like Mauser, but it doesn't, unfortunately. That's why I wanted to put Mauser all the way in the top. And you know, I still wanted to kind of mention this monster though. And also, let's not forget Serpentix. I feel like Serpentix might actually you know, have the chance of being in the top 5. So Serpentix maybe, or for example, let's not forget Naya maybe, you know what I mean, could also deserve a 5 spot. So number 5 is kind of like, it could be this, it could be that, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's not forget the one and only as well, guys, Voltic. Okay, Voltic Redeem, I feel like actually, in my personal opinion, if I had to choose between Mauser and Voltic Redeem, obviously I'm gonna go with Voltic Redeem. So I feel like Voltic Redeem I should have actually mentioned before, which might call it Mauser. So Voltic Redeemed is basically number 5 spot, and then obviously there's also Mauser that's kind of up there with him, and then so on, the other monsters that I mentioned as well. So that's just the number 5 spot. But let's go ahead and move on to number 4. The number 4 spot, in my personal opinion, I think Bashir actually deserves it. This monster can still be used, can be pretty good as an attacker still. You just need to get his awakening. If you can get your hands on his awakening, yes, I understand it's a little bit difficult, or slightly, or a lot more difficult. Not a lot, but like you can still basically pull off his awakening if you actually like set up a strategy. Obviously it's not as easy as it used to be, obviously, but if you could get that awakening and have like at least like a level 14 Strict Drain or 2, you can actually destroy the enemy team for sure, because nothing else actually nerfed about him. The only thing that did obviously was the, you know what I mean, the relic, the talent, not the relic, yeah, the relic basically. So the amulet is what got nerfed. So I feel like this monster actually deserves 4 spot. In my opinion, as an attacker, I think he still got it. He's still up there, you know what I mean? So this is number 4. Moving on to number 3. Now, number 3, I would say Grafania Iron Wings, in my opinion, because Grafania is still very good. This monster can still like somewhat counter, you know, not Grafania, but Just Injustice Awakening actually, with his trait. So in case you guys didn't know, he actually has immune to control and trait protection. So what Just Injustice Awakening does is that it basically deals the damage. Yeah, you can't do anything about the damage unless maybe you have shield up or something, but then there's obviously Pierce that will go through. So there's Pierce, right? But this monster cannot get controlled, which is the biggest part. The fact that it can't get controlled is so good, you know what I mean? Also, this monster has a pure skill, like a massive war damage, which is insane. Has some self-support skills as well, evasion, double damage, things like that. And this monster can also come back once it's dead with his SN. So, and also I actually like the Winged and Good Legions book, so I feel like that's really nice. And stat-wise, obviously better than Mythics, you know what I mean? So that, in my opinion, deserves number 3 spot. The number 2 spot is Everest Il Obscuro. They actually changed it up, unless I don't know, but back then it was actually double I, unless they actually changed that up recently, or maybe it was always like that. Maybe when they posted it on X or Facebook, they had double I, but I don't know. Anyways, so this monster recently came out. Actually, it's the newest ancestral monster in the game, and he is actually a fantastic attacker. He's not obviously insanely crazy, obviously. And here's the thing though, the reason why I put Grafania for this monster, I was actually debating whether or not I should put Grafania second and this monster third. It's just the usage of this monster. A lot of players would rather use this monster over Grafania. Now, as a pure attacker, I would highly recommend obviously investing in Grafania if you want like a pure attacker. Heck yeah. But then this monster has more use, because this monster, not only traits are different, but also the fact that this monster can also be used as a resurrector, like a supporter basically. His awakening, the original boss, you guys can see here, it actually resurrects everybody, applies double damage to everybody as well, and possession. So it's really good stuff. So this monster can be basically a hybrid. We can call him a hybrid. And also trait wise, I actually like this one a lot more because you have self evasion and dodge area. Those two are pretty good. Something that Grafania doesn't have. The only thing I really like about Grafania is these two traits, trait protection and music control. If you were to like kind of like copy and paste this over to his traits and like let's say throw out the immune to possession with immune to fear, or immune to possession with area nightmares, if you throw out 2 of those and you know paste in those other 2 traits, that would be pretty nice. But yeah, that's not it. But anyways, this monster I feel like deserves the 2nd spot. When it comes down to first place, it's actually Just Injustice. And I'm not saying that just because I have this monster almost maxed out, but we can all agree that this monster is just freaking best. Like, it's the most overpowered monster that ML has ever released in the game. If you guys think any other monster could actually top this, then let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, there were some actually legendary monsters that were really good, but I feel like these ancestral monsters, especially Just Injustice, is just insanely OP. Now, it was actually a lot better, or slightly better actually, back then when before it actually got nerfed with the sword, right? The fact that you can give it like a laser beam sword or any of the other swords that gives them like a power up basically, that would count towards his awakening, which actually made it a lot easier to get his awakening. But now the best monster to actually obviously pair that one up with would be Albanasa. If you actually take a look at PvP, let's say for example Rose, I wonder what Rose is using. Yeah, Rose is actually using Albanasa paired up with Just Injustice and obviously Elvira Demon Slayer. So as you guys can see, these two make such a great duo that almost every player I bet is using as well. Look at that. Maybe Ace is also using it. Let's see. Yep, Ace is using it for defense. There's some players that are actually using it for defense and offense. This player surprisingly isn't using it, Godzilla, and somehow this player made it all the way up. Let me see. How many? You have 107 out of 124. Let's compare that to 2nd or 3rd spot. Let's see, 305, 348. Obviously they've done more attacks. I think Godzilla just got a lot of defense wins. I think no. Wow. Okay. I don't know. What's the trophy difference? What the heck? 7,541, 7,574. Actually, if you really think about it, that actually is a big difference in the top PvP, because usually when you're in the top PvP, like for example in the top 10 or whatever, basically every one of your attacks will basically just be 1 or 2 trophies, unless you go up against somebody that's above you. So for example, Godzilla, let's say I'm Godzilla, right? I'm on his account basically. I go on PvP and I fight. If I were to go up against Ace Jr. or Jesus or even Rose, especially Rose, it would actually give me like 10 trophies or something. You know what I mean? It would give you a lot of trophies. But if it's somebody below you, obviously, it's going to give you a little bit of trophies. But if it's somebody all the way in the top 100 or even in the top 1000, that's going to be like, for example, just like 1 or 2 trophies basically. So it's not much. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to make this video to kind of, you know, just update you guys on the best attackers. I know I usually do this here and there. I just wanted to kind of like make an updated version, like an updated list, especially with the new ancestral that we have. So yeah, guys, but anyways, it's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, share it with any of your friends that plays this game, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.